Thank you all for sharing this very moving piece with us. The Friedman poem is, of course, very well known.
Mhm.
Um, was the poem the beginning of the piece, or did the piece begin as an idea of a collaboration that sort of found the poem?
No, it's the poem. I found it in the poetry collection, and I was very touched.
The poem is in some ways a bit like the Quartet for the End of Time by Messiaen, in
Mhm.
that it is this sort of um, in it embodies this incongruity between beauty and horror, and they sort of both live together. I thought the music has this really incredibly wide expressive range from these very tender stillnesses and moments where that beauty emerges, and then also these sort of very haunted, evocative gestures of sound. Um, is that the idea, you think, to sort of bring those two things together, both the horror and the beauty, in one place?
I think I just write down. It's very beautiful and very sad
Yeah.
to hear, and and I think I sometimes I know this kind of feelings, how sad
Mm.
that's, and the beauty is so I didn't think so much with the violence or something like that, maybe in background, but first of all is this the sadness from this point
Mm. Mm-hmm.
on, yes. And actually this poem in Germany is not so famous. Nobody
Oh, okay.
knows.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
There is
Mm-hmm.
no German
No, no,
translation. You
no,
can't
no.
find it. It's not translated. Huh?
Interesting.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
interesting. Yeah.
Mm.
And I said for me it was also interesting that as a young boy who is recitating the text, not
Mm-hmm.
a narrator or a professional speaker. No? So
Mm-hmm.
you get some of this because the, the point of the poem for me is that it's kind of small light of utopia in
Mm-hmm.
this very cruel situation. Yeah, this butterfly give us like a sunshine, something it can be good, can be not so. It's not so worse. It is still disappearing, but it's always still alive. So
Yeah.
it's a. If you hear a young boy narrating this text, it's it's really touching. Yeah. So
Mm-hmm.
you get something of this atmosphere. It's more deep. It's more sensitive. No?
Yeah. When he's in the concentration camp, he's already in his 20s, but it has
Yes.
that sort of um, that utopian understanding of a child somehow comes through in the poem.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Wonderful.
the music has also two parts. Very expressive, the beginning, then dancing, and then something like a song. In the end, the second part is more like a song.
What was it like working as a family together on this?
Oh, it's good because I have this kind of idea, and I sent my daughter. She lived in London. This poem, and I told her I want a child. He maybe he can read this point.
Poem.
Poem. Oh, she told him, "Oh, Mama, it's so sad. It's so sad."
Yeah.
Yes, and so yeah, but it's
Yeah, at that time I was working with he's a violin player, the boy who read the poem. And yeah, and I thought, like, because he's a very bright boy, and I thought he he's suited for this project. And so I just asked him. I went with him through the lines, and yeah, and I think in a way what I think is, it's not just a family project. I think it's like a project which kind of we have like three different generations like included in this, and I think that's very important, like how we look on our history, and each generation brings a different kind of feeling towards that. And it was very interesting, because it's rather like, I think knowing about history and what happened is one thing, but more importantly is like which actually brings all humanity together, is like what we actually feel, and how we can show empathy, and how we can bring our emotions into the music. And I think that was really the beauty of this project.